Sunrise seascapes really don't work with just clear blue skies, at least not for me. Instead, I've come out later in the day, a very typical old-fashioned Spanish town. Hi everyone, thanks for joining me again. My original plan for this morning was to get up early and go and do a sunrise seascape. But last night when I checked the weather forecast, my usual 5 different weather forecasting websites, for once they all agreed. No clouds this morning, completely clear skies, and sunrise seascapes really don't work with just clear blue skies, at least not for me. So I decided to have a lie in and not go and do a sunrise seascape. Instead, I've come out later in the day and I'm just outside at the moment, a very typical old-fashioned Spanish town, and I'm going to do a bit of exploring around the streets here and shoot some video and take some pictures and hopefully talk you through a little bit about what I'm doing. So it's bright sunshine now. It's not midday, but it's certainly mid-morning, and I've taken the decision to travel light coming around here, so no tripod, no multiple lenses. I've just bought a camera body and a 16-35 lens and the 50mm f1.8 just in case I need it. So very light. I'm going to be shooting handheld. That's not going to be a problem in this brighter light. There's going to be no problem with camera shake. I'll probably be shooting at very, very fast shutter speeds. So time to go exploring and see what we can find. Okay, so I found quite a pretty little lane up here with these flowers hanging over. In the background you can just see the sort of the foothills of the mountains and actually the blue sky and some quite nice clouds. I'm going to shoot a vertical composition, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to bracket the exposures. I'm shooting at f11 and that's probably about sort of 1/160th, 1/200th of a second. But I'm going to bracket the exposures to try and keep detail in the shadows and in the highlights. And the way I'm going to do that is I've set it up on auto bracketing, so it's bracketing 1 stop under, 1 stop over, and then I've actually got it on the continuous shooting high speed mode, which means I can capture 3 frames really quickly. And that means they should hopefully be reasonably well aligned, and then when I get them into Lightroom, the auto align function in the Lightroom HDR merge should let me get them all nice and clean. So let's yeah, that should work. So these old Spanish towns are typically like this, little narrow kind of cobbled streets with the brightly painted buildings, and that actually means it's quite good to shoot in the middle of the day, because with the sun up high, hopefully you can get some light into the scene, but you can also hopefully get a bit of shadow, which can make managing exposure much easier. So I'm going to carry on walking around and see if there's any shots that appeal to me. Pretty place though. So just out of town there's this kind of amphitheatre thing. This is devoted to music. There's actually like a statue up there of a hand holding a conductor's baton. And then over in the background we've got Puig Campana Mountain, which has got some quite nice clouds around it. So wrong time of day for this kind of landscape shot really, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. So I'm thinking I'm probably going to climb up this amphitheatre thing to the top and then take the shot using the lines of the amphitheatre kind of wrapping around, and then have the mountain over on the sort of top left hand side of the frame with the clouds over the top. I have been to this town before, maybe 2.5 years, maybe even 3 years ago, and I do seem to recall more of those lovely little narrow cobbled streets than I've actually managed to find this time. But nevertheless, it's been a nice walk around and some quite nice scenes. Anyway, something a bit different than the usual landscape stuff. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you have and you'd like to see more, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And just a reminder, if you hit the little alarm bell, notification bell, then you actually get a notification every time a new video comes up from me. Likes, shares and comments are always appreciated. And once again, thank you very much for watching, and until the next video, bye.